Hi, this is Sydney, and I am here to talk us through it for Wednesday, March 26, 2025. It is Mercury's day, and Mercury is still retrograde in Aries, and he's hanging out, hovering around that kind of 2 degrees today. But he will soon be going back into Pisces. And remember, just earlier this week, he had that meeting with the sun. So hopefully he's operating just a little better. I don't know. I don't know though. So, yesterday, where we might have been experiencing some, let's say, frustrations, I think today we are really striving to find a sense of security and stability. And the reason why I say that is because we have a lot of semi sextiles. And we're just really trying to Mm, yeah, stabilize. I think is a really kind of the best word to get to simplify, to find a sense of balance, even if it's just on the head of a pin because things are about to pop and we are in eclipse season, you know? However, in the middle of the night, before we're even awake, and maybe actually some people in would say New York would be awake, we have that moon square Uranus at 24 degrees. The moon in Aquarius, that is. And moon square Uranus is definitely kind of a jolt, an emotional jolt of electricity, of insight, intuition. This is a fixed square, and so it doesn't feel great, right? We do not like to be shaken out of our sense of security and stability, or out of our visions and ideas, right? We don't want to be taken away from those things, but something jolts us into, oh, now I have to make some sort of shift because that broke down. And so this could be just kind of waking up from a nightmare or just a disrupted kind of sleep. Um, we like Moon Uranus aspects in that they can make you kind of more emotionally there's like a friction, electricity kind of thing moving in the background that's kind of sending its feelers throughout the universe to bring in information for you to feel secure and stable. But again, this square, not so secure and stable in that moment. Oh, 7:56 a.m. We have the moon by quintile Mars. So now hopefully, at least the United States, we're awake, we're moving, and we are feeling a bit maybe a little playful, a little bit competitive. You're like, yeah, I can take this on. I can take on the day. I can do this. I'm built for this, right? 12:07 p.m. we have the moon semi-sextile Neptune, and so this might have us kind of in that. Neptune is so pregnant. It's at 29 degrees 45 minutes, and so I feel like this is wanting to slip into the dream, wanting to just slip into that dream and really forward visioning with it and trying to figure out where we're going to go, but it's so brief. Now, 12:31 p.m., the moon enters Pisces, watery, sometimes a little mopey, nostalgic, psychic, right? Intuitive Pisces. It's in a water sign. So this brings in the emotional, intuitive things. And Pisces can feel a little sorry for itself sometimes. So we're going to have to take some good care and not necessarily going that route, but instead trying to be in that dreamy, kind of receptive space. This is a good time when the moon is in Pisces to understand what good emotional boundaries are and to ask ourselves, especially when we are in spaces with lots of people, is everything that I'm feeling mine? Because we might be feeling an overwhelm of feeling that has nothing to do with us at all. So that's one of the things that a moon in Pisces needs to do, is to learn good emotional boundaries, because it can use all of that spiritual, intuitive power for good when it does that. So we have a semi-sextile to Venus, 3:39 p.m., and then a semi-sextile to Pluto, and then a semi-sextile to the Sun. So I think that the moon in Pisces is trying to kind of feel into the Venusian ways of like being a little bit more free or instinctive instead of wanting to sink into the void. But Venus is anoretic today and about to go into Pisces. And so this is maybe the moon is having this conversation with Venus. It's like, what did you learn while you were in Venus? I mean, what did you learn when you were in Aries? And she's like, I learned how to be independent, man. And I learned how to cut people off. It was crazy, man. Right? And now the moon's like, okay, I understand that. I could see where that's probably good. But really, Venus is going to come back in and be like, you know what? I don't really like this sign. I haven't been liking it. I'm going to go back into Pisces. I'll see you there in just a little bit, a few hours. So when we get the moon in Pisces, semi-sextile Pluto, she's going a little bit deeper than she's used to, and she's already in the ocean. Truly, right? She's already in the sea, in the ocean. But maybe she's able to eliminate a little bit of the things, the psychic waste that she doesn't need in this moment. So we don't hate it. We don't hate it at all. I love Pluto, honestly. The great excavator. Oh, okay. So we have a sesqui-square for the Mars in Cancer at 10:59 p.m. And this doesn't feel great. This is a frustrating aspect. Again, I always tell people, because I'm a Taurus and I'm a sleepy babe, go to bed. Go to bed before this even happens. Just be in dreamland so you don't have to experience this aspect where we are frustrated. We're having some sort of emotional outpouring, in the moon trying to find its sense of stability and security while it touches all of these other planets through those principles of, care and nurturing and intensity and, creativity and all of these things as it hits, Venus, Pluto, Sun, Mercury. It's doing, how it has conversations, is trying to find the simplest way through. But maybe it wasn't able to, right? This is a minor aspect. These are minor aspects. These were so quick, right? Oh, I got to find stability. No, it's not there, right? Kind of thing. And then it just has to have some sort of emotional outpouring, and it's an ugly cry. It's snot coming out of your nose, right? Moon in Pisces, Mars in Cancer, sesqui-square. They're both in water, but it's just not great. The moon is so in the early degrees. She's just learning how to be in Pisces. And Cancer, that Cancer Mars, he's at 21. He is at the end of it, right? And then we have that moon in Pisces semi-square, Chiron in Aries at about midnight. And I think this is, a reckoning with the kind of healing that we need to do, and we're just not quite there yet. And so it's uncomfy. I think we have been made aware of the wound that we've been poking or has been around. And we have to remember too that we are in eclipse mode, right? The eclipses are happening. So lots of really crazy events can be happening this whole week, maybe even the previous week, maybe even next week. So I think we are expected to have big feelings right now, honestly. So find your sense of security and stability. Take some good breaths. Breathe through this day. Try to stay calm. Count to 3, count to 5 even. And I hope this helps you get through it. Take care.
Hey, thank you for listening to today's Astro Weather with me. I'm Sydney. As a reminder, I'm always open to seeing both new and my beloved returning clients. My website is ddastrology.com. That is D as in dog, astrology.com to check me out, and just click the email buttons in order to schedule with me. If you're into a more conversational feel with your podcast and content, I have a podcast called BS Astrology with my fellow Mercurial Mommy Bender, and we put out episodes every Sunday for the week. Just search BS Astrology on YouTube or wherever you enjoy listening to your podcast, including Spotify, Audible, and more. Have a good day.